Okay, guys, you've heard of the story of the Joliet, Illinois police officers that abused the guy in the police car, sticking something in his throat, and then he ended up dying. The police officer who blew the whistle and said, "Hey, this is wrong. I can't sleep at night. These guys were wrong," released the video. He's the one in hot water. For what? Being a good cop? Well, maybe his tactics were wrong if he broke the law or violated policy. Thank you to Chicago CBS Local for this story. A Joliet police sergeant who went public with allegations of police misconduct and the death of a suspect has been arrested, CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini has learned. Sergeant Javier Escueda was charged with 2 counts of official misconduct and was booked at the Kendall County Jail. Bond was set at $5,000 and Escueda walked out of the facility on Wednesday afternoon. The felony charges mean Escueda could face 5 years in prison if he is found guilty. Escueda said after walking out of jail, "I want justice for Eric Lurie. I want officers in the country to come out and tell the truth. Something like this should not be happening if you are telling the truth." Escueda blew the whistle on the death of Lurie and had been stripped of his police powers and placed on administrative leave. Joliet police withheld the video of the arrest for 5 months. He believes the police department was trying to cover up the arrest. Escueda told Savini this summer, "Yes, I do, 100%. I did the right thing. I am a good, honest cop." There are calls to fire the 2 officers involved in Lurie's death. Police Chief Alan Roshner said Escueda's unauthorized access to video evidence that was involved in a criminal investigation is what ultimately led to him being placed on administrative duty. In one video clip, Sergeant Doug May slapped Lurie, called him a bitch, then pinched his nose shut. The video also shows police hitting Lurie while he was in handcuffs and putting a police baton into his mouth. After Lurie died, police said officers believe there was a bag of drugs in his mouth, but Escueda told Savini earlier this year that even if that was the case, he doesn't believe the officers should have taken actions that could have cut off Lurie's air supply. Escueda said, quote, "That's been written in the law for years. You can't do that anymore to try to get them to cough up any kind of drugs in their system. I can't think of anywhere where I was taught CPR or in the academy where you slap a man, call him a bad name, cut off his airway, go for his throat." Escueda said he cried when he saw the video. The Will County Coroner's Office ruled Lurie's death was due to heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine intoxication. The autopsy report obtained by CBS 2 does not mention whether squad car video was reviewed before the coroner's office issued its ruling in March. Joliet finally released 3 hours of video related to the investigation. This is not the first time there have been questions about police transparency surrounding Lurie's death. In an interview with CBS 2, Lurie's widow, Nicole, said she was denied access to all police reports. She only found a video from a camera mounted inside a police car of that night exists because CBS 2 found out and told her. So this is dirty. Let's look at it real quick, and then I'll let you comment in the comment section below. You have these 2 cops, got this guy in the back of the car. They slap him. They call, "Hey, bitch." They put a baton down his throat. He ends up dying. The police won't tell the widow that there's a video out. God, she's the widow. They say, there's a video and we're reviewing it. They could have told she's the widow. They didn't release any police reports to her. I don't know if they have FOIA. I'm sure they have FOIA in Illinois. They didn't release the video for 5 months. Now, we've seen other stories, news stories nationally, where something bad happens and the cops put the video out in like 3 days. Oh, yeah, like this is what happened. See, the cops are okay. But this one, 5 months, no video from the police. Finally, this Escueda says, I can't sleep. This is it. People have to know. And he releases a video and comes out and says, this is what happened. He gets put on administrative leave, and now he's been charged with, I believe it said, a felony. Felony charges. But the 2 cops that put a baton in the guy's mouth, slapped him, and called him a bitch are still working as cops. But the guy who told the truth and said, look, this is what really happened. See the video? He gets fired. I don't know if he's fired yet, but he was put on administrative leave and then facing felony charges. This is an upside down world we live in. Bad cops, goodbye. Here's a biscuit. Good cops, get the fuck out of here. You're going to jail, buddy. You're going to prison. You boot-licking snitch. Well, whose boots am I licking? The criminal. No. Escueda is a good guy. I don't care what anybody says. Escueda, I hope, Javier, that they acquit you. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have went into the video and it says had unauthorized access to video evidence that was involved in the criminal investigation. Okay, he did unauthorized access. Okay, maybe that warrants a suspension. Maybe that warrants that you shouldn't have did that. You know you're wrong. But his intentions were good. He was trying to let people know the police chief wasn't releasing video 5 months. They weren't releasing police reports to the widow. I mean, I don't know what to think about this, although I'm going to call Chief Alan Dirtbag Richner a dirtbag because Roachner, Cockroachner. I'm sorry. I think you're a dirtbag because you have a cop here that's trying to do the right thing and you letting him be charged with a felony. How dare you? You have a cop that's actually saying, look, I think this was wrong. And instead of pulling him in and going, let's talk, you got the guy facing felony charges. Well, it's not me. It's the district attorney. But you're the police chief. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Have I gone too far? Am I overboard on this? If so, I apologize. I'm just pissed off when a good cop has to face felony charges for doing the right thing. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast, including those that do the right thing and those that stick batons in people's mouths. Thank you guys for watching on this Sunday.